That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Who's been here all weekend, seeing the Blob and the stage show and the Run Out and all the different other films? Some folks. Well, my name is Chuck Francisco. I'm actually on the Fright Night and Cult Cinema committees here. So if you like what you see, check out our Facebook page. We've got a lot of different other awesome shows coming up. Today, we've got 2 movies for you. And, is that a little loud? There, put that away. We've got 2 different movies for you. We've got The Blob, of course, 1958's awesome classic. That's right. We're also going to show The Deadly Mantis. Who's never seen The Deadly Mantis? Wow, really? That's a lot of you guys. You are in for a delight. In between, we're going to have an intermission. It's going to be a half an hour long. We invite you to stay, as long as you don't have to use the bathroom and for a catastrophic or really, really severely. For our intermission reel, we're going to have a collection of 50s commercials and trailers. That should tickle your funny bone if you really love the Blob and the era it's from. Grab some popcorn, come on back and watch most of that. So, but today, before we start off all that, we're actually going to have a nice question and answer session with our special guest this weekend, Keith Almoney. For those of you who haven't been here all weekend, Keith plays Danny in The Blob. He's been our guest all weekend. And he's graciously decided to have a seat with me here and answer whatever questions that you may have. Tasteful questions, I might add, because we do have children present. So, I'm going to take a seat. Oh, hi, Keith. Let me get you set up with the mic here. And Joan over there is going to have the microphone, so when I turn it over to you guys, just raise your hand and she'll come over and find you. Here you go, Keith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. No, it's good afternoon.
No, you're our guest, so it is morning. It's still morning.
It could be anything I want.
That's right. So Keith, before you came in this weekend for the festivities, when was the last time you were in Phoenixville?
41 years.
Wow. And you of course relocated to Texas, right?
Yeah, well, I ended up 26 years in Phoenix, Arizona, and then 6 years in Houston.
Okay.
So this is cool country for me.
I'm surprised you don't have more of a tan.
No, you don't go outside in the summer.
So, I guess to start us off, can you recount probably what we can remember most, what your most fun experience from making the film was?
The best memory I had was having to wear those terrible, terrible drop seat pajamas. And the only way they could keep me on track was to feed me knee-high orange and knee-high grape.
What's knee-high orange?
Catch up with me in age and you'll find out.
Awesome. So, do you recall ever hanging out with or staying in contact with any of the different actors or actresses from the movie?
No, did the movie and that was it.
Wow. So, you actually moved out west. Did they know about the Blob out there? Were you known as the guy that kicked out the Blob?
Yeah, people ask wherever.
Did you leverage that to your advantage when you were, say, got to high school?
No.
They were like, hey, I was in a movie, The Blob, with Steve McQueen, that's me.
Yeah, and you show them pictures, and there I am in drop seat pajamas. You know, when you're dating.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
Well, let's open it up. Anybody have any questions for Keith? I can't see, so you'll have to put your hand up for Joan.
Any questions? Oh, in the back. I'll be right back.
This is good. Joan's been having pizza with me all weekend, so we like to get our cardio when we can.
Hi Keith, I'm Frank. I met you yesterday and you signed an autograph for me. I didn't have a chance to ask you, what was it like to work with Steve McQueen and Anita Corsell? Do you remember?
Anita Corsell was an absolute peach.
Okay.
She was the nicest gal in the world.
She certainly looks it on screen.
Yeah, she was. She was everything on the screen and more.
Oh,
Very
I
pleasant.
bet. You were lucky to work with her.
You asked about Steve McQueen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, next question.
Not so good, huh?
Not so much.
I didn't think so. He had a bad reputation at the time. Well, thank you very
You
much.
bet.
But you guys are both forgetting how handsome he was. He was quite handsome.
Me?
Keith, you told me something about how he took you and some other kids out to do a little shoot. Is that right?
Oh yeah, one of his favorite afternoon activities was to have kids from the Yeworth family and some of the Techno People family and myself, and we went halfway down the hill next to what was it?
Studio, yeah, Valley
Studio
Porch.
A,
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
Valley
Studio-
Porch Films in
Yeah.
Yellow Springs.
So he had the kids throw the bottles up in the air and he would shoot the bottles. And we're all kids with bare feet and so forth. My mother had a freaking camel. She did not like him. Then there was a scene in the bottom of the diner, and he was holding me. And while we were filming, he said, "Say, somebody get rid of this kid, he's heavy."
Oh, you were a kid, you couldn't
But
help.
other than
It
that,
didn't bother me, huh?
any other questions on the audience?
He's got a glow stick.
I got a time, listen. How did you get the part?
Steve Yeworth, Shorty Yeworth he was called, was a real artsy type guy. He had, not only did he have Good News Productions, but he was the charge of all the music at First Presbyterian Church. And that's where we went to church. So he put out a call at the end of one of the services and asked, "Ladies, bring your young lads out to the studio. We're making a movie and we need about a 5 or 6 year old kid." So my mother took me out there, and while she took me out there, I had a copy of the script that I was reading. And when I showed up for my tryout, I was kind of a precocious young lad. I had read all the parts for Danny, and I had what would you call it? Whatever I read, I kept in my brain.
Memorized it.
Yeah, memorized it. So they thought that was pretty cool, even though I didn't look a thing like Anita Corso. She was very French, very dark complected, and I looked like I was a member of the Nazi youth.
Did they want to dye your hair?
No, they didn't dye my
They
hair.
didn't talk about dyeing it?
Just as blonde as you can imagine.
Any other questions? Right here. Stand up.
Hi. I would like to know if you've ever been in any other movies or any shows.
I did become a theater arts major in college, but other than acting that was in the Annapolis area, Annapolis, Maryland. And other than the shows that we did there, I never did another part. Steve and I had our first movies together.
Well, we have something in common. Okay, besides that, I would like to know from the audience, actually, is I know that last night was the time that we were all able to run out and start screaming, and I don't see why we can't do that today. Anybody with me?
Well, I can actually tell you why that is. We can't close the street down again, so you can do that if you really want to, but it's gonna be like Frogger.
Hi, Steve, my name's Barb. I was just going to ask, did the Bob really come out the screen when you made the movie, or did now?
Oh, what was the blob then?
Yes.
In all the shots that I played, there was never a blob itself. My shots were when the blob was very small, and when it was big, it was drawn in. So when I had my action shot where I threw my pistol, my Fanner 50, for those of you old enough to remember, and I threw it at the blob. That was actually the assistant director's head, and I got it.
But is it true about the blob, like how it was small and it was eating up people, and that's how it grew?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?